Hi, haven't thrown a large vase for a while. Today I'm going to do something a little bit larger. I placed two pieces of porcelain clay together. Yeah, and when I'm centering a large piece, actually I don't move the whole piece of clay around. I just kind of move the outer part of the clay so that I save energy instead of moving the whole piece of clay. So now I have my sander and ready to open the hole. And I can emphasize that while you open your hole, make sure your hand is kind of holding the wall, so that you don't lose your sander while you open it. Some people have a very good sander hole piece, but when they open the hole, they lose the sander. And for open a larger piece, I kind of put my both hand inside, kind of a leverage. Use that leverage to save my energy. And we'll go straight in, dig in from the center. Once I reach the bottom thickness I wanted to, normally it's between 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch. A little bit thicker than 1/4 inch. And once I reach that right thickness, my fingertip goes from the center and gradually move to the outer part of the corner, so that I kind of build up the floor, the bottom floor flat. And maybe go a little bit further in so that there's a little indent there. So later on I'm going to just lift up my wall from the indent. Okay, I have my bottom floor built up, and I compress a couple times, back and forth. Now I'm ready, since my clay is very thick and still quite thick, so I'm just going to squeeze the clay from the bottom corner, and using my right hand to kind of squeeze against that, and then kind of push the clay wall to push it up and also to thin it down a little bit. And while I'm pushing it, my inside finger kind of moving the clay and kind of lift up from there. Push and lift up from there. And since I'm going to throw the cylinder taller, I would like to keep my cylinder a bit narrower. So after I squeeze up the wall, I like to color in. So far I haven't really pulled my wall yet, but you can see that my wall has been built up and still quite straight. Okay, then before I lift further, I like to make sure that everywhere is slippery. So you will notice that I keep on remove the slip from up my fingers and put it back on the surface of the cylinder. This is very important because while you are lifting it, it's a lot of stress, and you want your wall to be very smooth. Right, so this is going to be my first lift. Make sure the cylinder isn't getting too big. to let it become too wide, because narrower is easier to lift it up. Grab and keep on lifting. Then after I just use my hand to throw, I like to have the some kind of tool to help it. Especially when I'm throwing, there's a lot of throwing mark, and usually I like to remove this throwing mark. So as you can see that the whole piece is still quite straight, but here I'm going to use a little help. I'm going to use the torch to heat gun to dry the surface a little bit more so that it's not too soft here. It's easier for me to get a nicer shape. So it doesn't hurt, okay? Okay, as I told you that, I'm going to use a heat gun to dry the surface a little bit more so the whole structure will be strong enough to hold the shape. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. It helps the clay to stand up and easier to get a nicer round, especially the rounded shape. So with the help of the heat gun, I could able to expand it a little bit further, wider, especially this part, the belly part, and without this part being collapsed, or that part here. So heating up really help, especially when you want to throw something that's wide and round. I think the most of the bottom portion is done, and I would use the heat gun to further heat it up too, so that the structure is even stronger. So while I'm doing this part, I have a more flexible way to do it. So after I dry it again on the surface of this shape, I'm going to finish up the lips, the opening. And as you can see that while I'm stretching it, I never touch this part. So the top part is still quite thick, and if you measure it, it's more than quarter. I would say 5/8 of an inch. And so that I have more room if I want to make my mouth a little bit taller. That's the way I did my top portion a little bit thicker. Okay, this whole piece has been done. I'm just stand by right next to it to let you know what the size looks like. To recap what I have done, this I always said about like 14 or 15 pounds of porcelain. The first I throw the cylinder as tall as I can, try to lift it up, and then it takes about like 5 minutes or 7 minutes to lift it up. But I spend most of my time by shaping it. I think I don't care how fast you can throw, but I care the final product, the final shape. That's all I care. So I spend quite a bit of time shaping it. And after I roughly make the rounded shape, and I use the heat gun to try to dry the surface a little bit more so that I can stretch it more and make the shape more refined and more nicer. Especially the shoulder part here and the bottom part here is where if you want to throw something like this kind of shape, it's easy to collapse from there. So you have to be very careful to very slowly expand it. And while I was trying to roughly stretch, you can see that on this part is kind of soft. That's because the clay isn't very stiff enough. So sometimes you get wobbly, but I am very patiently to kind of expand slowly, so I can save it. And this is the final product. And if I spin the wheel, it is still quite straight. See that the wheel is spinning, and the whole piece is very straight. And also for the lip part, the mouth part, I tend to leave my wall a bit thicker while I'm stretching it. So later on, while we'll be able to lift and close it with the a bit thicker clay on the lip, on the rim, and to finish up a very nice mouth here. And again, you have to be very patient to do it very slowly, step by step, and you will be able to throw something larger like this. And I hope this helped. Thanks for watching.